Welcome to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Jaguar football program. It's brought to you by Coca-Cola, the Louisiana Lottery, Communities of Color Network, Tobacco-Free Living, The Grind Inside Quarters, and Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Hello and welcome to Week 14 of the 2018 Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. We come to you as we do each Monday from The Grind Inside Quarters, located at the corner of Sherwood Forest, Coursey Boulevard. We invite you to come out, neighborhood of about 12:30, watch the show being taped, have some lunch, talk a little SU football with Coach and I after we do the show. You can catch the show about 6 times a week on TV, as you see there, on Cox 4 and Pelican Sports, as well as catch it on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. Coach O, jumping right into it, big congratulations. 38-28 win over our arch rival Grambling in the 45th annual Bayou Classic. Coach, got to tell you, the crowd was really excited. Game going back and forth like a heavyweight fight. That momentum swung in the third quarter, and I think a lot of people were getting worried. But in the end, the Jaguars kept making big play after big play and kept moving the football and scoring to win that football game.
Well, you're right. You know, I thought that the football game was very exciting, and I thought our guys were locked in. They were very focused from, you know, the preparation leading up into the game. And I thought when we got there, they were really just taking it in and embracing the moment. We got off to a great start. You're looking at football game, you know, they got a championship pedigree. They would go make a run, but we had to withstand it. Last year, about 5:02 to go in that football game, and we didn't make plays in the end. At 5:23 mark, it was 28-31, and we had talked about finishing the football game. It was glad to see those guys walk out of that Superdome with a victory.
Coach, we're going to talk about the Bayou Classic MVP, Ladarius Skelton, a little bit later, but a guy who made a big difference on this 45th annual Bayou Classic was linebacker Calvin Lunkins. 12 tackles, 2 sacks. He played like a man possessed, and every time the Jaguars needed to play on defense, seems like Lunkins' name was called.
Well, he was all over the play, you know. He was all over the field, did an outstanding job of just communicating the defense, executing, and he made a couple open field tackles that, you know, are textbook. So the biggest thing is just now moving on to the next one, keeping your composure, staying humble, and he's a leader for us. He's an emotional guy. He plays the game the right way, and I'm looking forward to his next adventure, and that's going up to Lorman and taking on the Alcorn. But I think he'll be ready to go.
Well, Coach, let's show the Jaguar Nation and the fans of Southern University football exactly what happened in the 45th annual Bayou Classic. And you see that punt being blocked. The Jaguars get on the board right there. One of the things we've talked about all year, Coach, special teams, and it paid dividends for us immediately.
Well, right off the bat, you get a chance to get 7 points without your offense or defense being on the field. You're right, special teams, they were big for us.
A young man who had a big day for you, Coach, Devon Ben, rushing for 14 yards. That kid came to play, hadn't had a 100-yard rushing game all year, but in this one, he had it.
Well, that's what you got to do. I think you got to be able to run the football, and it starts with our running back. But that offensive line was outstanding in this football game.
You saw us have our field goal attempt blocked right there, but we come back and get an interception.
That's Tim Thompson right there, Johnny on the spot.
Jaguars end up punting the ball, and actually the punt gets downed. Coach, you gotta love it when your guys pin somebody back and they have to start on the 1-yard line.
Well, exactly. Anytime you can get them inside the 10, you take your hat off to that punt team, and we've been pretty good at doing it all year.
Montavious Gaines making a play for no gain right there on the Grambling rush, and then Grambling actually gets on the board right here with Hickbottom passing to Darrell Clark for 30 yards, and the score is going to be 7-7 at this juncture. Grambling gets the ball back. Great defensive play right there by Demario Houston, a man's name we've called all season long. They actually get the ball, and we get a nice quarterback hurry right here by Lunkins and a great play by Jordan Lewis. Skelton's going to show you what he can do with his feet as he rushes for 40 yards. Coach, that kid has some magic about him. Really enjoyed the way he's played since he's been starting.
Well, exactly. You saw right there. It's a good football play, good decision, and protecting the football and running the green grass. And you're right, he's done a great job since he's been in there as a starting quarterback.
40-yard field goal by Barajas makes the score 10-3. There you see us back on defense, Champion making a good play. Then Jordan Lewis and Bryant make a good play. We're going to get the ball back, Coach, and Skelton's going to hit Trey Smith for 17. Trey's had a good second half of the year, Coach, once he got comfortable with Ladarius Skelton.
They're just making plays, and you can see one of our big playmakers is Trey Smith, but it all starts with the offensive line and our quarterback. And, boy, if you give Skelton time, right there's that connection, Ladarius Skelton to Trey Smith.
There you see a 23-yard touchdown, dropped it right in his breadbasket. The kick's good, Southern up 17-7. Then Grambling comes back down and actually hits a field goal. Halftime, the score is 17-10. Exciting ball game. Of course, the game wasn't over. When we come back, we'll show you the second half highlights on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Stay with us.
This holiday season, Powerball is putting in extra hours to give you a special holiday bonus. Purchase any Powerball with PowerPlay ticket for entry into weekly cash drawings to win your share of $300,000. Play Powerball with PowerPlay and get your holiday bonus.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Are you looking for some great food and to have a great time? Well, come eat, drink, play, and win at Quarters. We've got $7.99 lunch specials Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or you can kick back after work with happy hour from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Then reverse happy hour from 9 p.m. to closing. Bowl, play laser tag and arcade games and eat some of the best food in Baton Rouge 7 days a week. Only at Quarters.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, you're up at the half of the 44th Annual Bayou Classic, 17-10. What do you tell your team at the half to motivate them to continue to play at a high level and not have that letdown?
Well, the biggest thing is just make sure that we go out and play the next 15 minutes. Let's put some points on the board. I thought the offense was doing a great job in the first half. We got the ball back for the second half. Let's see if we can get a drive going, put some points, put some distance between us, and let's see if we can make this football game really exciting. I thought we came out in the second half and played really well, other than a couple of turnovers that allowed them a chance to get back in the game. But I really liked our focus at halftime. I thought the guys came out and performed extremely well.
Coach, we got to talk about Bayou Classic MVP, Ladarius Skelton. Despite having 2 fumbles on the day, the kid had 217 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air, 79 yards rushing. But more than anything, Coach, he kept drives moving and he kept the excitement on the football field and in the stands for the Southern University Jaguars. The boy's got something special, Coach.
Well, exactly. You know, I think he has great confidence, and he has the ability to lead our football team, has the ability to lead our offense, and he's done a great job of doing that. I think when he has the ball in his hands, magic can happen. I think he has a unbelievable awareness of what's going on around him. The big thing was don't try to do anything heroic. He controlled the game other than those 2 miscues. But at the end of the day, he gave us a chance to be successful. And I think we got a chance this week as well because he's gotten better every week.
Coach, we got to give a shout out to Devon Ben. The young man played a heck of a game at running back. He had been looking for that 100-yard rushing game all year. He finally got it, 167 big yards and a touchdown. Definitely some leadership right there.
Well, you're correct, because we weren't able to probably win that football game if we could not run the football. And the biggest thing is we've been trying to do it all year. Hadn't had much success at getting that 100 yards. But our offensive line was outstanding. I think the way they blocked, run block, pass block, and they gave our guys an opportunity to make plays. And you can see what happened if we give our quarterback time. You can see what happened if we open up holes for our running back. But you're right, he had a special day, and I give all the credit to the offensive line. Coach, let's jump into the highlights from the second half and show folks exactly what happened in the second half of the Bayou Classic. And you're going to see just what we were talking about, Devon Ben running for 6, and then he's going to rush for 47 on a big gainer. Yeah, right up the middle. That's a nice hole they opened up for him, and that's called finishing the run. We've been talking about don't sidestep him, run behind your pass, and he did a great job of that. Skelton rushes for 12. And then unfortunately we have one of those fumbles. Coach, this one could have been a momentum changer, because basically we were almost in the red zone, and this thing went all the way back to the Grambling, 7-yard line. You know, but look at the hustle. You see some blue shirts running them down, and just give us a chance to play another snap, and I thought they did that, and that defense came out and held them to 3 points. A big stand right here, Coach. You're absolutely right. The defense was stout, and all they got out of this was 3 points. You had to consider that a victory, considering that momentum swing right there. You're correct. I think anytime you can swing the momentum back to your team, right there you see a big third down stop. I mean, that's impressive. They get the ball down on the 7-yard line, and defense able to hold them to 3, and then our offense come right back and get the ball and drive it again. 17-13 at this juncture, and then Skelton hits Catalon for 80 yards. Coach, that young man has had a wonderful season for the Jaguars, and he was Johnny on the spot right there with that 80-yard touchdown reception. You're absolutely correct. Kendall Catalon has been doing an outstanding job for us. That pass was probably one of the better passes of the night. It was on the money. It's great to see the execution from those guys. There you see Hickbottom getting hit by Thompson. Then he's going to throw incomplete with the Jaguars doing a great job on the defensive end. We get the ball back. Skelton's going to rush for 19, and then he's going to hit Randall Menard for a 44-yard touchdown, which you had to be happy to see a guy who was playing in his 6th year because of injuries on his last game as a Jaguar to score a big touchdown. Had to mean a lot for him. Yeah, I'm proud of him, because, you know, that could have went either way. He hung in there, probably had the kind of year that he hoped for, but he's made some big plays going down the stretch, and we'll need him to continue that progress. You saw some great defense right there by Thompson and Lumpkins. Then you see some more great defense by Lumpkins. Lumpkins again, and then he finishes it off with a sack. As I said in the first segment, Coach, Calvin Lumpkins was all over the place, and this sequence shows you 4 plays in a row, Calvin Lumpkins. Even though they scored, it was still a great job by Calvin Lumpkins. Big play Calvin, man. I tell you, he does a great job for us, and you know, he's one of those leaders on defense, and we're only going to be as good as he plays, and he knows that. But he's risen to the occasion each and every time, and it's just great to see him as he continues to play well. So does that defense. Scored 31-21 right here. You see us, we get a fumble. Grambling actually scores to make it tight, 31-28. We get the ball back on offense. Ben rushes for 15. Skelton's going to rush for 12. Then Skelton's going to hit Houston on a nice 23-yarder. And Coach, Skelton's accuracy this last half of the season has really impressed me after not being impressed with what I saw from him throwing the football in spring and two-a-days. Well, I think the biggest thing is his confidence is growing each and every week. And you see him some timely passes, especially on third down. And when you play like that, you got a chance to be successful. You saw Devon Ben take it in for 2 yards, scored 38-28 at this juncture. Then you see Hickbottom sacked by Jordan Davis, then another sack by Lumpkins and Carter, then another sack by Lewis. Coach, right now, your guys are playing really, really great football. Well, I think they understand that they got to make some plays and get off the field if they want to win this football game. And I thought offensively, we were able to run the ball in the fourth quarter, and defensively get off the field on third down. And when you can hold a team, I think, to 1 to 10 on third down, you can win those football games.
You saw Ben rush for 27, Ben rush for 20, and then you see the coaches shake hands. Good rivalry. Southern University Jaguars versus the Grambling State Tigers. Coach, first time we've taken the Tigers down in 3 years. Had to feel like a weight off your back a little bit, huh?
Well, exactly. I felt like last year, and I've been saying that it really hurt last year losing that football game. I really thought our football team had closed the gap from the previous years, and we had a good all season, a tough start to the first part of the season, but you're absolutely correct. To be able to come back and play this game and win it for these guys, some of these guys had never tasted victory against Grambling. It's just great to see, you know, those two seniors we have to close out their years that had beat them before with an opportunity to go out winners against Grambling. I take my hat off to the assistant coaches and players. Hard-fought win. We're glad to have it.
Well, Coach, when we come back, we're going to look at our Alpha Media Players of the Week as well as Coca-Cola player interviews on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love. Each time you smoke a cigarette, is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums, and if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style, and most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where we come to you each week from Quarters, located at the corner of Sherwood Forest and Coursey Boulevard. We invite you to come out for some lunch, talk a little SU football. Coach, jumping back into it, who are the Alpha Media Players of the Week on offense, defense, and special teams?
Well, offensively, a special shout out to the offensive line, and our quarterback, Ladarius Skelton, did an outstanding job. He's our offensive MVP player of the week. So Ladarius Skelton did an outstanding job, our quarterback. Defense, you mentioned his name several times in the broadcast. Calvin Lunkins did an outstanding job. In special teams, Cesar Barajas, he had an outstanding day. Sure did. Flipped the field for us, touchbacks, field goals. He did it all, and we're going to need everybody to continue to get better going down the stretch as we continue to play moving forward.
Well, Coach, after the game, Joe Dupree caught up with Calvin Lunkins, as well as Kendall Catalon and Randall Menard, and he filed this Coca-Cola player interview.
Well, Todd, hey, the Bayou Classic has came and gone. Our Southern University Jaguars were victorious. Great game as they took on the Grambling State Tigers. We are here with Randall Menard, Breaux Bridge native, senior. Randall, how did the game feel, my man?
Felt great being out there with my brothers, being able to play my last Bayou Classic here, getting another opportunity to play again. Being that I was a senior last year from an injury, it was great. It felt great.
Well, that touchdown you got, man, was wonderful. Now, our next opponent is Alcorn. Are we ready for those Braves?
Well, we're going to take it day by day. We're going to get in the lab and study film and practice, and the best team wins.
I'm here with Kendall Catalon, and listen, the offense have definitely been clicking. How does it feel as the offense gels and we continue to score and do what we do in the SWAC?
You know, our preparation, for 2 weeks, we had a bye week, was really good. We was focused, focused on the little things. And, it's clicking in the game. You saw big plays after big plays. And, that's why we got the dub today.
Yeah, definitely. catch that you got from Skelton was outstanding, wide open as we get ready to take on the Braves for the SWAC championship. How do you feel about that?
I feel good. You know, redemption. You know, we lost him. You know, last time. You know, it's time to get it. Time to get it this time.
All right, I'm here with Calvin Lumpkins, and man, listen, y'all played lights out defense. You had 12 tackles, 2 sacks. How did it feel as the defense definitely came together for this Bayou Classic?
Well, it felt great to go out there and compete at a high level. I'm just proud that we came out with the dub.
Well, the win is definitely what we needed. The defense have been playing lights out all season long. As we go into the SWAC championship, can we continue this play, sir?
Yeah, we just got to keep working hard this week. For next week, for Saturday, we got to just keep working hard, and hard work pays off.
That's it, and you heard it right here at the Jaguar Football Show.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Randall. Thank you, Kendall, and thank you, Calvin. Coach, when we come back, we're going to look ahead to the 2018 SWAC Championship, the Alcorn State Braves versus the Southern University Jaguars on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Stay with us.
The biggest game of the season is here. The Saints scratch-off from the Louisiana Lottery. Play now for your chance to win up to $100,000. And the grand prize, a 2019 season ticket package. Play Saints from the Louisiana Lottery for your chance to make this your winning season.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Are you looking for some great food and to have a great time? Well, come eat, drink, play, and win at Quarters. We've got $7.99 lunch specials Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or you can kick back after work with happy hour from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Then reverse happy hour from 9 p.m. to closing. Bowl, play laser tag and arcade games and eat some of the best food in Baton Rouge 7 days a week. Only at Quarters.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, as we get ready to play the 2018 SWAC Championship this weekend, 2 missions, or at least 1 mission has been completed. We won the Bayou Classic, we won the SWAC Western Division. Now we play in the SWAC Championship. Alcorn State comes in from the east, we come in from the west. No real surprises. We played them once before this season, 20-3 loss at Mumford Stadium. Of course, the difference this game will be John Lampley was our starting quarterback in that game. Now we have Ladarius Skelton as a starting quarterback. Coach, Alcorn seems to play us well. They seem to get up to play us. What problems do the Braves present for us from a coaching perspective, say you?
Well, they're a talented football team. I think when you watch them from top to bottom, they got playmakers. They're a lone football team. They got some length at skill positions. Their lines are really big. They have some really big guys in their interior offense and defensive lines. But at the end of the day, they had a championship pedigree. They've been here before. And you know what you got to go through in this conference in order to win and compete for championships. And they've been the cornerstone on the East, and it's going to be a tough task for us. But I really think offensively, you got to stop the run. I mean, they do a great job running the football. And defensively, you got to somehow figure out, our offense got to figure out somehow how to run the football. We got to be able to get some running yards, and whichever offense can run the ball is going to have the upper hand and eliminate some big plays. I think whichever defense can eliminate the big plays, you're going to have a chance, and then it'll come down to special teams. You must be locked in on all special teams.
Coach, you know, talking about that game, for the first time in forever, the SWAC championship will actually be played on one of the university's campuses. Unique situation. Do you think that's going to make a big difference for us playing on the campus or playing in a neutral site?
Well, I think from a fan perspective, I think you're going to have bigger crowds and it's going to be more involvement because I think everybody understands that the close proximity of these two schools, it ought to be a fantastic crowd at this football game. I want to say I think the numbers were up around the 30,000+ when they played Jackson a week ago, so I'm sure this one is going to be just as high, if not higher, because what's at stake in the two teams. And they had great rivalries against them. They played some really good games against them. But I like it. I like home at home. I think sometimes we play in those big venues and it don't look like as many people in there and it's hard to fill up. But I promise you, this stadium will be full to capacity come this weekend.
Coach, what do they like to do on offense and defense?
Well, offense, I think it starts with their running backs. They run the football. They run it extremely well. And their quarterback, he's a good decision maker. He can throw the football. But if you look at it, they've always been one of the top teams in rushing offense when you look at our conference stats. Defensively, they're multiple. They go come at you from more ways than one. They do a great job of stopping the run. I think that's the strength, is running the ball on offense and stopping the run on defense.
Well, there you have it. When we come back, we'll close out this week's edition of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love. Each time you smoke a cigarette, is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums, and if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style, and most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Of course, as we close out this week's show, we want to invite all the Jaguar Nation to get some tickets and get up to Lorman to support the team this weekend. We're playing for the SWAC Championship. What more can you ask for as a football fan, Coach?
Well, I tell you, it gets no better than that. And plus, playing against a team that's had a lot of success against you, you look forward to try to dethrone another Goliath in this conference.
Well, again, SWAC Championship this weekend. The winner gets a trip to the Celebration Bowl to play North Carolina A&T, the champion of the MEAC Conference. So let's get out there and, Coach,
go Jags!